Say, hey, Maximus. This is Maximus. If you haven't met him yet, we're going to take a tour through the trailer. Maximus here said that it would be a good idea. It would be a good idea for us to take a tour through our work trailer. So today we're going to take a tour on my work trailer and how it works. Right, Maximus? Yeah, okay. So anyways, I've got it's a 16-foot slanted V-nose with electric jack. It's got 12-volt power, standalone. It's got the overhang on the back, the spoiler. It's got extra loading light, dual axles, electric brakes. It's got, first thing you'll notice, it's got high ceilings in it. It's got 7-foot ceilings in it. And everything is 16 on center. All the studs in the floor, all the joists in the wall, studs in the wall, all 16 foot on center. And we've also got a thermal cool ceiling. This is actually insulation, that's not metal. So it's nice and cool during the summertime. But anyways, first thing we got when we walk in here, you'll see is this set up, hooked up to a spool. We come out here, just under here, and we can pull it out just like that. And we've got 300 feet. 300 feet of line here. Yep, comes right in, and it locks right in place. All right, we've got our paint brushes. It's the only kind of brush that I use on everything. We've got our rolling tray, our rolling frames, paint strainers. We've got our rags. What is that? Oh, we've got our tape, sandpapers. We've got our mud pan. We've got some more sheetrock tape. We got respirator when stuff starts getting rough. We've got a sheetrock plate there. Some painter's tape. We've got plastic, heat gun, drop cloth, full face respirator. And up here we've got our rolling poles. That's basically it for the top shelf. Then down here on this shelf we've got our rock hard water putty, Bondo, painter's putty. We've got our rags. Always need one of those. Those come in so handy. And we've got our paddle bits in the back. Always keep an extra pair of boxers and a shirt, just in case something happens. You never know when you're on the job, stuff happens. So I got a bunch of, here's my electrical testing kit, hole saw kits. What is this, window glazing? No, more painter's putty. I've got my paper towels, what's left of them, a little paper towel holder as you've seen here. Up here we've got a combo kit with a impact and hammer drill. Oh, jumper cables. This right here goes right to your Milwaukee battery, and it'll jump start any car or truck. So we've got ratcheting wrenches, both metric and standard. We've got our plug-in light. We've got our Milwaukee belt sander. Safety glasses. Never have too many safety glasses. Knee pads. We've got our DeWalt. One for the miter saw, one for the table saw. Always got one backed up there. Here's a nice fan. I use that to dry sheetrock mud and paint and stuff like that in a hurry. Of course, we've got our 5-inch dual action palm sander. This is our PPE. It's our gloves, glasses, stuff like that. This is the concrete saw. I use it for cutting concrete. Here's all my router bits. I don't know what it's doing upside down. But all the router bits, this is a post level. This shouldn't be in here, but sets your post level in 2 different directions. So when you're putting up a post anyways, got a contour gauge for doing tile and stuff like that. There's the router, hammer drill. Of course, I got the 12-inch oversized speed square. And here I've got all the nailers, the framing nailer, the sheeting nailer, the roofing nailers, 16 gauge, 18 gauge, and then the 15 gauge. And here's where we keep all the nails, some screws. This right here is my Milwaukee screwdriver. That thing is nifty. This right here is a 3D printed wire nut, and the lid screws off it, and that's where I keep all my wire nuts. And yes, they are red and they look just like that. This is a 6-bank charger here. I got one of my batteries out on a tool from Milwaukee. I got a tool floating around that's a Bauer, and then I still have a ton, I mean a ton of Bosch, 18-volt Bosch. This right here is the shop vac. If you're wondering what this is a handheld inflator, bicycle pump, stuff like that. All right, then we get over here to the extra blades. All these are used, but they're still in good condition. All right, so I got some pretzels, got my sugar, plates, cups. I got my little Keurig coffee maker here. Some deodorant. I'm going to go to take a break or whatever. So here's my little K-cups. It's time for me to refill it. They just kind of go all over the place. Let's see. In here I got my specialty screwdrivers and bits. And here are my writing and scribing pencils and leads. Got different color leads and pencils and pocket reference book if you ever need to know anything or convert any measurements, area, square footage, pi, anything like that. This right here is all of the air fittings and maintenance. Air fittings and maintenance there. All right, so that concludes it for that shelf. I'll come around the corner here and we've got our different color chalk and our oil for our pneumatic guns. As you've seen, we got our bar clamps here coming on down. I got to put that away yet. That's not a tool. That does not go in the tool trailer. We've got long auger bits, mostly. In here I've got accessories for the pack out system, the cleats and whatnot. Still got to fill that up. This right here is a little handheld vacuum cleaner. It attaches to the saw and stuff like that for tight to reach places. Last time I used that was when I was cutting out grout for a shower. Didn't want to get dust everywhere, so I hooked that up to the oscillator. Okay, and then in here we've got our circular saw, we've got a Sawzall, we've got another hammer drill and an impact. In here we've got a grinder, another circular saw, oscillating tool. This right here is the plumbing bag. We've got to upgrade that. Why is there blue in a sea of red, right? All our O-rings for doing faucets and stuff like that, and our primer and glues. We've got a drain auger here for unclogging drains. I got to get this out of here as well. That's grout. When I was repairing the grout in the shower that I was just telling you about. So we'll get that out of here. Got some paint thinner. This right here is a Milwaukee cooler. It's like a 12-quart cooler. So I keep most of my caulking and adhesives in a bucket, and basically it's just like a carousel, and I just spin it around, and that's how I keep most of my caulking and adhesives. Here you'll see I've got my Simple Green, my caulking gun, my tight space caulking gun. This right here is for it clamps on your door, and it's for making holes for doorknobs. All right, then we'll move down here. Right across the back here, I've got my 5-piece level set. It's got a 24, a 32, a 48, a 72, and like a 10-inch. Here's my tool belt, and basically it's just a regular tool belt. Back here I keep my little rocker chair for when I want to take a break. It's getting cold out this time of year, so I've got all my sweaters, my long sleeves, and I'm just ready for winter. You can never be too ready. And of course, gotta have that Milwaukee M18. Can't wait to wear that one and break that in. But anyways, back here, as you'll see, I've got my electrical cords all nice and routed back here. They'll jump across together. And same thing with down here, and it leads down here, and I've got a plug on the outside. I'll show you that in a minute. Of course, I like DeWalt when it comes to their miter saws and their table saws. I just like the way they operate. I like the stands. So I've got the extra long stand because I do a lot of long lumber cutting. Behind that is a 10-foot canopy. It's a shade canopy. Basically, so when I make a cutting area, I can cut in the shade. I build a lot of decks. So that is my new cutting area canopy. Down here on the bottom, carpenter tools. Basically that just consists of speed squares. Looks like, I don't know, got some other stuff down there, some utility knives, some chalk lines, and some more of those post levels. Here we've got sheetrock trowels, concrete trowels, tile, blades, wire brushes, just about anything you can think of as far as that goes. And all the big stuff, I keep all the big stuff like the concrete mixers and the wet tile saws for doing bathrooms. I keep that in the barn. But and here's all the sawzall blades and what have you, drill bits, paddle bits. I try to keep it stocked up the best I can. So I try to keep everything still in its package. Hammers and flat bars, pliers and snips. So in here I keep anything that has handles and hinges. So it doesn't matter if it's scissors, it doesn't matter if it's rivet guns, if it's got hinges and handles. That right there is an end crimper for a gutter. If it's got hinges and handles, most likely it's going to be right here. And then the last one, we've got our hole saw and grinder. Yeah, about time to throw that plastic away. All of our flat discs, grinders, hole saws, extra length drill bits, guards, and the wrench to change it all out with. Well, that does it for this side of the trailer. Now let's come on around, and of course we've got to have that. We've got our Milwaukee Packout radio. That thing bumps. The job site is not a job site without some tempo, I'll tell you that. We've got our Milwaukee M18 blower, and you have to have a first aid kit. That is essential. And down here we've got the Yeti. It usually stays pretty full, but right now it's not. So all right, and behind that we've got a collapsible trash can, real thick collapsible trash can. This is an extra tool belt for any helpers that might come along and be lucky enough to work with me. We've got our sheetrock square, and we've got our framing square. Up here in these, we've got an assortment of screws, an assortment of nails, and then different bits. So these shelves right here, they actually fold up and down, and I basically, I call it a Murphy shelf. So we'll set you right here for a second. You watch how this Murphy shelf works. So when you don't want it or you need the room, the shelves just fold right down. And then, so you can access them here, or you can store them up there, up high, if you need the wall space down low. And all you do is just push that right there. And you can still see in it, and you can still open it without things falling out. So here we've got a 100-foot hose, because we always need a hose to clean up our mess. We do pressure washing, we mix concrete, all that stuff. Here in the back behind it, we've got a big oversized dustpan. That's a man's dustpan back there, buddy. We've got a big old thick gauge cord here to run all the heavy duty equipment. We've got another one in the back. So we've got 300 feet of extension cord, which we're going to end up putting that extension cord on another spool right here above this and run it down through the floor, because we've got holes for 4. I don't know if you can see it down there, but we got holes for 4 hoses or cords. So we're nowhere near filling that up. Okay, we've got a pack out right there. This right here is completely full of Bosch tools, hammer drills, saws. I'm talking anything you can think of, you name it, it's in here. Everything I have over here, I have in here, in Bosch. Here's my step stool. It just rides pretty good right there. It's not in the way. I don't have to fold it up. You know, it rides pretty good right there. There's my 10-inch table saw, DeWalt. I love the accuracy. I love how smooth DeWalt is. Until I can use a Milwaukee and see how smooth they are, I'll be sticking with my DeWalt. Here I've got a, what is this, 20-something foot unfolding ladder. And then 6-foot step ladder. With those two things, you can do a lot. I've got extension ladders that go all the way up to 40 feet if I need them, but they're not here on the trailer. This is my lock. Key goes in there, and I just keep it hanging on the wall there. I keep it locked on the wall, so when I lock up my trailer, but this right here is the shore power. So when we pull up to a house, basically we just run our cord right to the house, and the whole trailer has power and everything in it. Out here, what I've went and done is we've got a solar panel and a 12-volt battery, because we've got our electric jack. I like to get a little bubble level on there so you can see if it's level. But anyways, this is the work rig. And I thank you for touring it with me. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned. God bless.